On this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, Stephanie McMahon opened up the night welcoming everyone here, but she was quickly interrupted by the 2019 Women's Royal Rumble winner, the man Becky Lynch. She recalled last week's episode where Lynch announced she wanted to face Rowdy Ronda Rousey at Wrestlemania 35 for a chance to win the Raw Women's Championship for the first time, but questioned whether she was healthy enough to compete, well aware she was wearing a knee brace, and refused any medical attention since suffering the injury at the Royal Rumble. McMahon then noted that she understands why she didn't want to be evaluated, and recalled how Lynch wanted to keep fighting even after suffering a broken nose and a post-match concussion at the hands of Nia Jax. A caring Stephanie then gave her an ultimatum, that being if she didn't get herself checked by the company's doctors, she will have no choice but to suspend her. Lynch simply refused, saying that no matter what, she will fight at Wrestlemania. Whilst Lynch has rightfully earned this match, Stephanie couldn't allow her to compete until she receives medical attention and is cleared by the doctors to wrestle. Lynch simply refused again, allowing Stephanie to suspend her indefinitely, leading to uncertainty of her match at WrestleMania. Lynch obviously didn't take the news well, and as Stephanie was about to leave the ring, Lynch punched her right in the face, knocking her down, and attempted to lock her in the disarm her submission, but couldn't due to her injury. On her way out, she was confronted by Rousey, who had a few harsh words for her. We're only just 2 weeks away from the biggest wrestling show of the year, so why did WWE take this opportunity to suspend Becky Lynch now? Well, we have 3 reasons why. Number 1. Austin 2.0. Ever since Becky Lynch touted herself to be the man, many wrestling fans have considered her to be the Stone Cold Steve Austin of the women's division. Whilst there will only ever be one Stone Cold Steve Austin, WWE has played up to the similarities. You might recall one of the best feuds in WWE history was between Austin and Vince McMahon, where Austin would simply not bow down to the authority. It seems though WWE is trying to emulate the same thing with Lynch. Just look at the way she comes down to the ring, primed and ready to face anyone who crosses her path to success, even if it happens to be an authority figure. Whilst this time Stephanie took a neutral stance, even commending Becky at one point, Stephanie possesses all the credentials in the world to become a much hated authority figure and can garner nuclear heat as Lynch becomes the new anti-hero of the new generation. It's certain that Stephanie will not just brush off the attack, as this could even lead to a match between the two. Whilst this certainly won't be anytime soon, they could save the bout for after WrestleMania, leading to a feud at either SummerSlam or the WWE's second Evolution pay-per-view. This would no doubt be a huge main event match for the pay-per-view. Number 2. A chance to add Charlotte Flair. It would arguably be one of the biggest booking faux pas WWE could make for WrestleMania 35 if they managed to add Charlotte Flair to the match. Whilst Flair is arguably one of the most talented performers in the women's division, there is really no need to add her. It's clear that fans simply want to see a Lynch vs Rousey showdown, as they are red hot with excitement at any time the two even have a confrontation. However, the uncertainty of Lynch being able to compete at WrestleMania could see a way for Flair being added to the match or replacing Lynch. Now, it's highly unlikely that she would fully replace her, but WWE would want to tease it, adding more to the match. Lynch could eventually come out a week before Mania and announce that she has been cleared, leading us to the match we all want to see. Let's face it, this is the way WWE should book it, as the match is already set, so WWE needs to find a way to maintain the hype for 2 months. And number 3, she's not injured. Before Stephanie gave her an ultimatum, they showed how she suffered the injury during the Rumble. Some might not have noticed, but when she suffered the injury, she was initially selling the wrong knee, selling the right instead of the left. While she managed to correct it later on and was sporting a knee brace, she is not legitimately injured. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer mentioned just how far WWE are going with the injury. The story is that she is hurt, and if she has anybody examine her, she's going to be pulled from WrestleMania. She does not want to be pulled from WrestleMania, so therefore she's trying to avoid being seen by the doctors. So they're going far enough with this that she's actually not working house shows, which by the way she is very popular. I mean, I'm not going to get into an argument here about how she is not as popular as people want her to be based on business, but if you did buy a ticket to see Becky Lynch at a house show this weekend and she's not on the shows because they're doing a fake knee injury on her to play into WrestleMania, boy I would be mad. But that's what they're doing. Even though she isn't injured, WWE don't want to risk a legitimate injury, something that has unfortunately happened to Seth Rollins, who will be out of action for at least a month. If Lynch was legitimately injured before Mania, it would be a huge blow to the show. What do you guys think? Is Becky Lynch the new Stone Cold Steve Austin of the new generation? Let us know in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.